This first one is an unexpected and rather bizarre turn of events. Brass Against lead vocalist Sophia Urista found herself in the spotlight for a rather unusual reason during a performance at the Welcome to Rockville Festival at Daytona International Speedway on November the 11th, 2021. It wasn't the usual guitar solos or high notes that made headlines. Instead, it was a sudden and pressing need for a bathroom break. Urista faced an emergency situation, and an audience member offered himself as a makeshift solution, leading to a shocking and controversial moment in live music history. While what consenting adults choose to do in private is generally a personal matter, this incident played out in front of a live audience, leaving little room for discretion. This next one sounds almost too wild to believe, but is in fact true, and involves the legendary Ozzy Osbourne. During his Night of the Living Dead tour in 1981, the Black Sabbath vocalist was known for his shock rock antics, which included throwing pig intestines and calves' livers into the audience. This unusual behavior encouraged concertgoers to reciprocate by tossing various animal innards back at him during his performances. However, the tour's stop in Des Moines took a more shocking turn when a fan in the audience exhibited exceptional aim by hurling a real bat at Osbourne. In a bizarre twist, Osbourne, believing it to be a rubber prop, did something that only a rock legend like him would dare to do. He bit into it. His shocking response was met with horror as it became apparent that the bat was not a rubber prop, but a very real and alive creature. And what about Alice Cooper's shocking chicken throw? In a bid to give his audience their money's worth, Cooper encountered an unexpected performer of sorts, a live chicken that found its way onto the stage. In an impulsive act, he hurled the chicken into the crowd, perhaps thinking that it would gracefully take flight to freedom. Unfortunately, the bird met a grim end, torn apart feather by the eager audience. In today's world, such an act would undoubtedly draw the attention of animal rights organizations like PETA. However, in the 1970s, the animal rights movement had not yet gained the widespread momentum it enjoys today. And then there's that shocking stunt by G.G. Allin. G.G. Allin, a wild punk rocker from the 80s and 90s, was no stranger to shocking stunts. In 1985, during a concert in Peoria, Illinois, he planned an act that would go down in infamy. He decided to poop on stage. Yep, you read that right, but here's the crazy part. He had eaten laxatives earlier in the day to make it happen. Now, when the moment came, G.G. Allin didn't hold back. He let it all out, and of course, the crowd went absolutely nuts. This poop stunt became a regular part of his shows, with him sometimes even throwing his feces into the audience or eating it. But his wild antics came to a tragic end in 1993 when he passed away from a heroin overdose. Then there's this bold move by L7 at Reading Festival. During the 90s, there were some seriously bold acts in the music scene. L7, a band known for their fearless attitude, took the stage at the Reading Festival in 1992. They were already dealing with some sound problems, but they wanted to make a statement. So, Donita Sparks, the lead singer and guitarist, did something that left everyone in shock. Right there on stage, she reached into her pants, pulled down her tampon, and flung it into the crowd. She even yelled, "Eat my tampon, folks!" Can you believe that? The crowd was in for a big surprise, and some say someone threw the tampon back at the stage where it sat during the next performance. L7's bold move made them legends of that era. Miguels' stage jump gone wrong. Back in 2013 at the Billboard Music Awards, R&B star Miguel was giving a performance of his hit song Adorn. Everything was going well until he decided to attempt a daring move. He wanted to jump over a group of fans and land on a new part of the stage. Unfortunately, the landing part didn't quite go as planned. He ended up slamming his leg into two fans' heads while TV cameras were rolling. The incident became an online sensation, with people both laughing at Miguel's mishap and criticizing his poor decision. One of them wasn't laughing, though. 2 years later, she filed a lawsuit against Miguel, armed with video evidence of the incident. It just goes to show that even in the world of music, not all stunts go off without a hitch. And then we have Amanda Palmer's bold response. In June 2013, Amanda Palmer, known for her work with Dresden Dolls and her own indie rock career, performed at the legendary Glastonbury Festival. During her performance, cameras caught a wardrobe malfunction. The Daily Mail, a famous publication, ran an article poking fun at her, calling it a boob incident, but completely ignoring the song she sang. A few weeks later, at the Roundhouse Rock Club, Palmer decided to respond to the incident with a new song called Dear Daily Mail. In this performance, she encouraged the audience to film her reaction. Her sardonic lyrics were coupled with a bold move. She stripped down completely on stage. This action won cheers from her fans and quickly went viral. Palmer used humor and courage to make a powerful statement about the way the media sometimes treats female performers. Then there's Iggy Pop and his onstage vomiting. Iggy Pop, the wild rock legend, is known for his outrageous stage antics, and perhaps one of the most bizarre among them is his habit of vomiting during performances, sometimes even directly onto his audience. Iggy himself once explained that the first time he did it, it was out of frustration, as music is an expressive medium that can occasionally get out of hand. This shocking behavior has become part of his signature style, and fans have come to expect the unexpected at his shows. Interestingly, being a famous rock icon means that even something as unusual as upchucking might be seen as an exciting spectacle by some of his more unconventional fans. During one show, a fan named Jerry Miller shouted, "Let's see you puke!" Iggy, always up for a challenge, walked over to the fan and fulfilled her request by vomiting right on her. It's a testament to the lengths some artists will go to connect with their audience, even if it involves stomach-turning moments. Then there's this wild environmental statement. At the 2004 Court Festival in Norway, during a performance by the Cumshots, two individuals from the environmental group, we'll abbreviate this first word, FK for forest, decided to make a rather unconventional appeal for the environment. Leona Johansson and Tommy Hall Ellingson, co-founders of the group, posed a daring question to the audience. How far are you willing to go to save the world? Their answer was even more unexpected. The couple stripped naked and, true to the group's name, engaged in a very public, intimate act right there on stage. Their performance, which was meant to draw attention to environmental issues, raised nearly $15,000. However, it led to their arrest, and no environmental group was reportedly willing to accept the money. This bold act demonstrated how far some people are willing to go to champion their cause, even if it means breaking societal norms and facing legal consequences. And then it's when Jimi Hendrix did that thing on June 18, 1967. You see, back in 1967, when Jimi Hendrix hit the stage at the Monterey Pop Festival, he was a relatively unknown musician in the United States. Even though an introduction by the Rolling Stones' Brian Jones created some excitement, no one could have anticipated what they were about to witness from the Jimi Hendrix experience. Hendrix, along with his exceptionally talented band, delivered a performance that was nothing short of mind-bending. Their psychedelic, raw, and noisy take on guitar rock pushed the boundaries, leaving the audience in awe. Despite playing only 9 songs, with half of them being covers, Hendrix's showmanship was something to behold. It was evident that he was fully aware of his immense talent. As if all his suggestive moves and clever stage antics weren't enough to leave the audience stunned, Hendrix had one more jaw-dropping trick up his sleeve for the grand finale. During his rendition of Wild Thing, he pulled out a container of lighter fluid. Within moments, his guitar burst into flames. Standing over the blazing instrument as if summoning spirits from the fiery depths, he then dramatically smashed the burning guitar to pieces before tossing it into the mesmerized crowd.